Hi guys, so my name is bøge-nielsen. Yeah, I've had a lot of signs to lead me to this conclusion, but I believe I am one of the two witnesses prophesied about, and this is the first part of a scroll I've been writing. So, hi, if you wish to stand with me for a moment, feel free. In fact, I invite you to record and publicize this addressment to humanity, or rather planetary. The world, as in not just one country, stands at the dawn of a new decade, a new age, a new year. We stand so disconnected within the energies within ourselves, but that of the world. Liberty and justice are important, but people too long have forgotten truth and honesty are words and actions that need not but has been lost. Well, let this be the day of declaration, the sword of truth, cutting away the lies, the tyranny, the fear, the corrupt, and the shadows of leaders, false, who know not guidance. For to be a good leader, you need to know the people you will lead. I believe in leaders, but not in such a one that leads for control, war, or greed, be that of material or ego. Whether you call it Sanskrit, prophecy, spirituality, planetary, or revolutionary, that day of day will soon be upon us. I ask you to stand in the true way of God, or as I know, Creator. What is the most underused word or action these days is that of creativity. To imagine, to nurture, to grow, to share, and to remember is to love. I do not fear judgment, I welcome it. For those that judge but stand narcissistic and blind to a positive light, life, or legacy need not judge, for judgment of the past is already done. To stand for correct righteousness is to stand for one, and should be to stand for all. Well, now we are given the chance to stand as planetarians who know the ways of nature. The first being of matter, mineral, or element, and the second is the nature of a plant, and together with the first, create a beloved earth. A plant's nature is to grow, to nurture, to heal, to seed, and to flower. And as you can see, our earth is taking stance, taking flower. The third state of nature is the animal. And in fact, these states of nature withhold some of our greatest lessons. If an animal is predatory, it creates the emotion or energy motion of fear and survival. This is such a lesson, for this is where we currently stand. We currently look to figures who stand for such a negative nature, whether you call it the Pope, the Antichrist, evil, the combining of politics, religion, all that. Yeah, but basically no one has the ability to forgive apart from yourself, for forgiveness starts in oneself. This shows you have a conscience. You don't have to choose to forgive one's actions, but you can choose to forgive one's spirit. For our soul, our higher being, is a makeup of all our spirits' incarnations, and this is energy. Now, our soul, our higher being, basically is like a book, a full book. And at the moment we are writing another chapter to it, but we can, in our dream state and whatnot, subconsciously access it, but can't fully. Then, 2-6. Sorry, this is the scroll. I've only remembered parts of it off by half. So, the Pope controlled closed-minded or misleading religions are to destroy, or rather to shadow. There is truth in all religion, but no one heavenly avatar wanted to form a religion, for their goal was to teach, which to teach is to later enable the ability to create. Too many look to religion literally, and in doing so have missed the emotion, energy motion, or action to then create peace. What has been created, or rather enforced, is the way of capitalism, the way of hierarchies, the way of money. This started long ago, and through horrific invasion and stolen rights replaced with enforced laws, the world has slowly bit by bit lost its voice. Who speaks for the cries of those suffering? who speaks for the homeless, who speaks for those in need of medical aid, who speaks for the starving, who speaks for the animals slaughtered, and who speaks for our environment. Our home is in a state of emergency. Money, all but a number, is its current voice. Well, this I propose, but I know it's not going to happen, to all the heads of governments, royal families. I call out you and ask you, and actually everyone, I ask you to lay down your greed and pride and hear the aid of God's true purpose, message, or voice. And my fellow people, I ask you to stand with me, and if necessary, against these media-based idols, and envision a world where there was no rat race to slave for your money, working more than you truly live, where money is not buying oil, gas, fossil fuels, pharmaceuticals, in the image of happiness. But once money is eliminated, what remains? A world without money, a world where it does not cost to live, a true free world. Every animal is born with a home and food. Surely we should be no different. And once money, flags, as in territories, are eliminated, such things as renewable energy and medical aid become just a matter of time and no longer cost. Humanity will, instead of chasing the currency day to day, they'll instead seek out their true passions, desires, and creative endeavours. People these days are at an ever-present and demanding struggle to feel worthwhile and of true worthiness. For at present, too many are only deemed worthy in terms of their family name, financial and material standings, or for their status career-wise. The problem with how one sees... let me tell you. True worth is found in one's personality as well as in one's resilience. The problem with how one seems themselves worthy is focused too much on their outer world. Too many, when choosing a life and career path, focus on either what society, family, or friends deem to be worthy, or what will pay them the most financially, so they can accommodate their ever-growing wants. To be selfish is not necessarily bad, as you're taking care of yourself. To be selfless is to take care of others. It's about finding the balance. Sorry. Then, by many focusing on all of their wants and not their needs, we then fail to aid the needs of a stranger. Needs such as food, safety, a home, mental and medical support, and it is my belief these are a necessity. I stand before you to be and to champion the people, not just the 1 to 3% or the 70%, but also the unspoken 30%. Of course, I am aware as the labels I will get. However, as my idol said, you are not someone else's opinion of you. As a kid, I grew up in a very rare and insightful way, where I was away from government, away from the money, religion, government racial barriers, and media-based happenings.